بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أهلا بكم طلاب الأعزاء ودرس جديد من دروس سوبر جول 4 Unit 8 Lesson 3 الوحدة الثامنة الدرس الثالث. Have you ever conversation محادثة. Michael.
What was the most awesome experience you've ever had?
Definitely when I went shark diving. Have you ever heard of it?
No, never.
Well, I went shark diving in Gansby, South Africa. It's one of the best places in the world to see the great white sharks up close.
You're out of your mind. You'll never catch me diving in the middle of sharks.
It's not like that. You go out on a boat to a place called Shark Alley, and you go down inside a cage. The people on the boat throw out big pieces of fish tied to a rope in order to attract the sharks. The sharks come up real close, and frequently they knock the cage with their heads.
What the most awesome experience you ever had? ما هي أحسن تجربة يعني في حياتك؟ Definitely بالتأكيد when I went shark diving. عندما ذهبت للغوص عند القروش. Have you ever heard of it? هل سمعت عن ذلك؟ No, never. لا أبدا. Well حسنا I went shark diving. ذهبت للغوص للقروش in Gansby, South Africa. جنوب أفريقيا. It's one of the best places. إنها واحدة من أفضل الأماكن in the world في العالم to see the great white sharks. لترى القروش البيضاء الكبيرة. Up close. عن قرب. You're out of your mind. أنت أكيد يعني مجنون. You'll never catch me diving in the middle of sharks. لن تستطيع أن تأخذني لكي أغوص وسط القروش. It's not like that. إنه ليس كذلك. You go out on a boat. تطلع في قارب to a place called إلى مكان يسمى Shark Alley. And you go down inside a cage. وتنزل داخل قفص. The people on the boat الناس على القارب throw out big pieces of fish. يرمون قطع كبيرة من السمك tied to a rope. مربوطة بحبل in order لكي to attract تجذب the sharks القروش. The sharks come up. القروش تأتي real close قريبة and frequently they knock the cage. طبعا بيصدموا في القفص with their heads برؤوسهم.
Weren't you afraid?
To be honest, I was scared to death.
Weren't you afraid? ألم تخاف? To be honest لكي أكون أمين I was scared to death. يعني كنت ميت من الخوف. Real talk definitely expressing a high degree of certainty. طبعا دي أعلى درجات التأكد. You're out of your mind. You're crazy. أنت مجنون. To be honest لأكون أمين to tell the truth لأقول الحقيقة. Scared to death very frightened. خائف جدا. Now with questions on the conversation. الآن مع أسئلة على المحادثة. Question 1. Where did Andrew go on his vacation? أين ذهب أندرو في العطلة? He went shark diving in Gansby, South Africa. ذهب للغوص مع القروش في Gansby, South Africa, جنوب أفريقيا. What kind of experience was it? ما نوع هذه التجربة؟ It was an awesome. كانت رائعة. Experience. تجربة رائعة. But it was scary. لكنها كانت مخيفة. How do they attract the sharks? كيف يجذبوا القروش؟ People throw out big pieces of fish. الناس يرمون قطع كبيرة من السمك. Was he scared? هل هو خاف؟ Yes, he was. Andrew says he was scared to death. يعني كان ميت من الخوف. 5. What does Michael think? What does Michael think? ماذا يعتقد مايكل؟ Michael thinks that Andrew is crazy. مايكل يعتقد أن أندرو مجنون. Reading قراءة. What do you know about camels? ماذا تعرف عن الجمال؟ Have you ever ridden one? هل عمرك ركبت جمل؟ Listen, my dear friends. استمعوا يا طلاب الأعزاء.
Ships of the desert. It's one of the most uncomfortable experiences I've ever had, but it was incredibly fun. I'll never forget it. That's what many people say after they have ridden a camel for the first time. Camels, also known as ships of the desert, have been a favorite means of transport for millennia due to their ability to withstand the hot, dry climate of the desert. Riding a camel is not the same as riding a horse. First, the rider must sit and balance himself about 2 meters above the ground on the camel's hump. Second, a camel walks differently than a horse. It moves the 2 right legs together, and then the 2 left legs. This can make the rider swing from side to side. Riding a camel for the first time? Here are some helpful tips. 1. Wear sunscreen, long sleeves, and a hat for protection from the hot sun. 2. Wear long pants and socks to protect your legs from getting itchy. 3. Always go riding with an experienced cameleer who knows the animal. Camels are emotional and will respond better if a familiar person is nearby. 4. Get on when the camel is in a sitting position. Put one foot on a small stool and then throw your other leg over the camel's hump in one motion. 5. When the camel stands up, hold on tight and grip your knees around the camel's sides. As the camel leans forward, lean back in the opposite direction to keep from falling. 6. Sit and hold the reins confidently. Camels are intelligent and can sense if you are nervous. 7. Relax in the saddle and bend your knees at a 90-degree angle. This will help you balance as the camel swings you from side to side. 8. After the ride, wait for the camel to sit down. Hold on, lean back, and then forward just as you did when the camel stood up.
Now with the questions on the reading passage. الآن مع أسئلة على القطعة عن الجمل. Camels. Why are camels called ships of the desert? لماذا تسمى الجمال بسفن الصحراء؟ Because they have been used as a means of transport in the desert. لأنها تعتبر وسيلة السفر في الصحراء due to their ability لقدرتها to withstand على تحمل the hot الحرارة dry climate والجو الجاف. How is riding a camel different from riding a horse? كيف يختلف ركوب الجمال أو الجمل عن ركوب الحصان؟ The rider must sit 2 meters above the ground. طبعا الراكب بيكون مرتفع عن الأرض بحوالي 2 متر. On the camel's hump على سنام الجمل. And the movement of the camel حركة الجمل swings the rider تمرجح الراكب from side to side من جانب إلى جانب. Number 3. What are 2 characteristics of camels? ما هي خاصتين من خصائص الجمل؟ Camels are emotional. الجمل عاطفي and intelligent وذكي. Which tip do you think is the most important and why? أي نصيحة من النصائح اللي ذكرها الكاتب مهمة ولماذا؟ If we went back to the tips إذا عدنا مرة ثانية النصائح اللي هي the most important one is that we're not this one. Always go riding with an experienced cameler who knows the animal. Camels are emotional and will respond better if a familiar person is nearby. This is the important tip, really, because it saves the rider from the camel dangers. طبعا هذه نصيحة مهمة لأن تحمي الراكب من أخطار الجمل، لأن الجمل بيكون مطمئن إذا كان بجواره صاحبه بيكون يعني هادي. شكرا لكم أبناء الطلاب على الحصة وحضوركم الحصة. أرجو أن تكونوا استفدتوا، وإذا كان في أسئلة واستفسارات اكتبوها في التعليقات.